So let me get my mic up right here so we get a little bit of action on the camera. Look a little professional. This video is gonna be a little different than the general ones I make. This one might be a little bit longer just because it's more free form. I'm just reading this shit. Like, not all of this shit. I ain't got the time to read all of it. Or maybe I will. It depends on how I feel, how it is. This video's about our maybe some of your guys' good old friend back in the day, Sky Does Minecraft, now known as NetNobody, I think. When I was a kid, I didn't watch him. Matter of fact, I kind of lucked out on the Minecraft creators I watched as a kid. Because so far, as far as I know, none of them are like children, and none of them have done like some really crazy shit, right? Like this, apparently. I very much lucked out. Like I said, BWO, watched him. Uh, Fucking Preston Plays. He still does that shit, bro. I ish honestly, his Minecraft content sucked, and I watched him when he was TBNR frags. But that's not the point. They're not the point of this video. Sky Does Minecraft is the point of the video. I didn't watch this motherfucker much, right? So, uh, from what I understand, is when he changed his whole to like NetNobody and shit. We got a glimpse that he was a bit of a head case, right? There's a bit of one. So we're going to read some of this. I'm not leaking shit, right? Nah, we're good. We're good. So we're gonna read some of this. I looked at the Twitter thread, and I was like, this guy's bugging in the text, right? He's saying some weird shit. He's really bugging for real. But I didn't really get the direct details on like what's actually he's done that's abusive. So I got some of them right. He put her dog in like a in like a little kennel thing. I don't know if that's the worst thing. I imagine the more I read through this, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So obviously she's hid pictures. Dear, oh, we're using last name. I'm not censoring it. I don't give a fuck. You posted this online. It is what it is. Hey, I bet everybody knows his last name. He's fucking massive, right? My best friend voice you've taken away from so many. You hurt. I get it, but let's move on. I want to get the specific shit. I don't really care about the generalization of what he did. I want to know what he did and how he did it. So let's see. You were only bipolar and possibly on the spectrum, which was never a problem. In this case, you hid from me as a dangerous human. You were capable of being the person you are. Over 95% of our relationship, you hid me. You refused to want people to know my name. You avoided at all costs, saying it was to protect the relationship. You refused to talk about me or the baby publicly. Man's got a child. Crazy. I didn't know that. Like I said, I didn't really watch him, so I've always wanted one, but I just told you I wasn't ready nor financially in a place to have a child. You squeezed my body and were begging for me to let you get me pregnant and saying stuff like, please, please, I want another kid. I have the money. I want another kid because, I don't know, Elisa keeps me from being the father I dream of and much more. Oh, so he is a kid with a different woman. Lovely. Okay. Much more. And when I started to get uncomfortable and tried to stop the intimate moment, you pressured me into letting it happen. You didn't sound like I felt forced to say fine. Well, clearly uncomfortable. I cried myself to sleep. I thought I was actually pregnant. You had the oh cool face and Slay Smurry as if you got what you wanted all along. At the time, I was just oblivious. I thought I was just overthinking everything. I continued to pretend everything was fine. Throughout our relationship, you were always on your phone, always hiding messages, having separate texting apps, and deleting conversations. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna assume this is true. Actually, I'll assume. I'm gonna assume some of this stuff is true, and assume some of it's with a grain of salt. You're probably wondering why. I just have to kind of be fair here. So I'm gonna assume this stuff is true. I wouldn't put that past from the way he's acted that he was hiding shit, right? Because I've seen some of the text already. I've seen some of the things he was saying. He was fucking around for sure, for sure. Like no doubt, probably fucking around. Uh, this moment, I mean, I don't know if it happened. If it did though, bug it. Really, really bug it. So relationship, you always on your phone. Yeah, so you like feeling better than everyone else. You want people to do whatever you say. You not only cheat on me, you did several times before I even moved in with you. I found all the conversations, all the emails, everything that showed I was just a trophy to you, just an object on the shelf. You made me propose to you. I kept feeling like it was too soon. I kept saying I wasn't ready. You would reply with, "You're literally pregnant." As if you didn't care what I told you. I wasn't ready either. By the way, got a point. Marriage, overrated. Overrated. Anyways, continue. Um, you even tried to convince me to let you buy my unborn baby. You said word for word, if you don't want her, I'll just give you like 100 grand or something. That's a banger. That's a banger. That's a good one. You act like your kids are just objects. I don't know about that. You haven't had that kind of money in years. You kept pushing and even made me order rings and made me sit down and engage myself to you. I was heartbroken and my dreams of marriage were beyond crushed. You made the announcement on Twitter that you said yes. Did he actually? That's that's wild. Uh, why didn't I leave? Why didn't I run as fast as I could? I don't need to hear this. It's difficult sometimes. You stole money from companies just to buy drugs and never do work. What the fuck? Let's go. I had to pull thousands I had to pull thousands of dollars I needed for food and bills out of my ass just to pay back those individuals and pay bills with what was left. They were so kind about it. I was so scared. I wanted badly to slip them a note saying I'm afraid. I felt so numb. I wanted to die. I was ready to take myself to the hospital just so I could sleep in a clean bed and have safe people around me. I was giving the baby every ounce of energy I could when I barely had any. Sleep deprivation is so dangerous and you didn't care. Even if you're at your stable moments, I would beg and cry just to be left alone. I was so tired. I just wanted you better, but I was falling apart. I knew for a while I wanted to leave. I just never knew how. I would try to talk to you about your actions calmly, and I would give ultimatums, and you'd treat me horribly. I kept in touch with some friends close by and also friends in other states, so some people were in the loop, and I had people to talk to. Constantly feel dumb to tell myself I deserve it all for not walking away sooner. I blame myself when I shouldn't. This is classic. Like this is just, you know, there's nothing really to say about this. This is a story told a million times. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. You would constantly bitch at me for doing things you asked me to do. You love eggs and cheese and love pasta. So one night I was excited. I made you eggs and some delicious pasta. I handed it to you and you threw it on the table saying, "Why the fuck would you make me that?" I was, "You love the food." And he said, "It doesn't fucking go together, so thanks. Now I just won't eat." Proceeded to throw a tiny tantrum. I went and sat in the shower and cried for hours. He has a point. I'm sorry. Eggs and pasta doesn't really make sense. He has a point. Little fucking rude. Kind of a fucked up thing to do, but he does have a point. Eggs, pasta, and cheese. Unless it's ramen. If it's ramen, he's bugging. Because ramen, you put egg in it, you know? But I don't know. She just says pasta. So maybe he's in the wrong. But, well, he's definitely in the wrong for being an asshole. But that shit don't go together. You would always say I pay for everything when I never would ask you to. I kept offering to help. You wanted to own me and kept making fake promises. You just wanted to be in control of my life. You would have me ready for date nights, bitch about being too tired. Then you invite your friends over. Fucked up. I was constantly asking you to spend time with me. I'd be so stoked to go baby shopping, and you wanted nothing to do with it. You were so careless, yet stayed preaching to your fans about how great of a father you are and how excited you were. You even made me do all the birthday and Christmas shopping for your son just for you to take all the credit for it. You bitched at me for not being able to move a washing machine that weighed 200, 300 pounds. I was pregnant. This guy's a this guy's a trip. I thought I broke our new washing I thought I broke our new washing machine. I asked you for help and you threw a tantrum, started calling me stupid and saying I can't do anything right. It was never broken. It just needed a reset. I felt numb and sat on the floor. I wanted to end my life because all you made me felt like was you're not enough. You can't do anything right. I was never allowed to stand up for myself. If I had an anxiety attack, you would call me a baby and degrade me. Yeah, when you would get emotional, you expect everyone to bow down at your feet and feed you love and support on a gold platter. So far, this consistent. Seem pretty consistent. Rather, with the text, it seems even more consistent. When we'll see later, it does kind of seem like his behavior. It really does. Even when mentally stable, you knew how to help yourself. You knew abusing drugs can make you go into permanent psychosis. Oh. You abused drugs. You pressured our friends into doing drugs and degrade them if they didn't want to. So people spend so much money and time helping you, and and you when you needed help, yet you treated everyone so poorly, and you didn't get what you want. I'd ask you not to smoke near me in the house to keep the baby safe, and you bitch at me for saying it's your house. I should have left. What was he smoking? If it's weed, I don't think it's the biggest deal. If it's cigarettes, I still don't know. But I mean, it's pretty annoying. Smoke smells like shit. So let me take care of your child, Elisa. Your mom and I did everything. I admire the amount of amazing things that Elisa did. She works her ass off to give her son a beautiful life, and she does a fantastic job at doing so. You made the internet hate her, yet you hid that you were the main problem. Use your platform to try to ruin Elisa's life, yet you chose to leave out the things you caused. You would make me or your mother bring your child back and forth from visits, sit in your room, and make us feed play with your child. I spent more time with your sweet boy in 3 months than you did in a year. You only post father pics when convenient to you, uh, for you, just to make other people. Oh wait, just to make thing you're. What the fuck? What is a sentence? For you, just to make thing you're involved. Make people make people think you're involved. It's a typo. Okay. You spread disgusting lies behind her back. You sit on the phone and go smoke and bitch at everyone else to take care of your son. Facts. Hey, all facts so far. Seems legitimate. We can look at some of the shit now. Oh, wait a second. I forgot to use the soft A. We're bugging. We are bugging. Hmm. Let's read these ones. Need to. I know. Yeah. I So I assume the one on the left is him. I'm because like he's putting the dinosaur thing, so it's him. Friends apparently you try to fake friends is a song. It is a song. That's true. I was your moo. Yeah. Okay. Take this seriously. He posts dinosaur. He posts Goten. Don't know why he's posting Goten. Breathe. You have to realize the consequences that will come to fruition. If you do not step up now, I'm serious. This isn't a joke. If you want me to stay, you have to fix this. I'll give you a little time to decide. Dinosaur, 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 dinosaur. Stay by. I mean, hey, it seems like he's not taking it seriously, huh? Would you believe that? I'm taking it serious. I make money, lol. I don't know if that's true, but I don't know how much money he's making anymore. But it's what it is. Uh, then pay off the debt right now so I can afford bills, please. To pay for your junk food myself. We need proper food. I care about you. Please take care of yourself. I do. 1 a.m. meme. Gara. If if you can't help us now and would rather hold on to millions of dollars instead of paying for the priorities, I can't afford to stay forever. I'll suck your dick for you, yo. Will please, BB. Saying abortion, that is not okay to say at all. I love you. Please focus. Please breathe. Please do your 1, 2, 3s and deep breaths. You are strong. Please hear me. You said it, not me. You were like, so we can't have this baby. So I was like, wow. So this is before the kid. The fuck's wrong with your house, guys? Come on, clean. Jesus Christ. I don't know what this is. Jericho, Washington. Not tying to me here. He was tying to a young girl. Him and I were still dating at this time. We dropping the receipts. Let's go. Well, you can't really see this, but let me just move this. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's like a. I don't know the context. They didn't add the context to whatever the fuck this other shit is. So, anyways, no, I'm sorry. Well, if I get bored today, I'm here. I wish. It's like Ariana, break up with your BF because I'm bored. Wiggles up and down. I'm not really comfortable. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. He gets straight told, "Fuck off, man." Text with a friend. I broke. My dad is on his way from Colorado Springs. It's 21-hour drive or so. If I'm so sorry I broke. Please check on him for me when I have to go. I have to do what's best for me. I think this is him saying he's gonna kill himself. I think it's suicide baiting. I think. Dad's coming to get me. Are you okay? You sent $6,000. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Like, I don't have context. How many? Do you forget her due date? It's this month. It's been changed like twice. No, well, 3 times. That's maybe before I stopped thinking. No, wait. 3 times. No, it's been the same. I know I'm bad with birthdays. Fair. I'm pretty bad with birthdays too. I don't think I'd be bad with birthdays though if it's my unborn child, actually. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. I'm really going to have her any day now. She's due this month. It's always been set for end of April. That's maybe before I stop thinking about you complete outside of fatherly duties. Wow. Pin it on me. Great job. You called? No thanks. XOXO Rip Lamau. Don't insult me. I'm tired of it. I'm over you too. We're at a spot. Bork Bork. I'm over you too. Oh yeah. Woof. I'm done as fuck Lamau. I just want you to stay on your meds so you can continue to get better. You keep disregarding everything I explained and what we can do to go smoothly. Don't say I'm talking like a spoiled kid and expect me to just let it happen. Oh no, don't kill me again. So before we start back to this part, we'll go back to here. We just wanted to go over a little bit of text to see his attitude towards things because I think it helps support her case, even if we don't have every single receipt ever, right? His attitude here, all the text we see now, she may be hiding her text, but I don't see any proof that she's like not showing how these conversations really went. I don't know. She clearly is showing that she's not manipulating him. She's not fucking with him. She's being very straightforward. She's trying to say she wants him to be better and to help, and he just doesn't care. So there's one possibility, which is so far what I have to agree with, is he's a piece of shit. And there's a second possibility, he's not taking it seriously because of something she's done. I don't think that's the case. I don't see it yet. I don't. And by the way, I doubt he's gonna have any receipts to argue back. He's not. I don't think so. But we'll see. Maybe he will. Maybe I'll make another video. Who knows? So let's start. You've assaulted and sexually harassed several women, even paid them off with hundreds of $1,000s just to protect your perfect little image. Paid a girl to keep quiet years ago because you almost got her pregnant and you didn't care. You sent nudes to young girls. I hate this framing. What do you mean young girls? Do you mean underage girls or do you mean 18-year-olds? I don't know what it means. He's still cheating on you. Not the best look, but I don't know what you mean. What do you mean young girls? If they were underage, I'd say fucking underage, right? That's what I try to say. And then you'd really be a Minecraft YouTuber, wouldn't you? Let me leave this real quick. Okay. But I don't know yet. So I don't know what he means. I feel like this framing is intentional. I think it's a little disingenuous. I don't think you have to make that argument that like young girls, as in like 19 to 20. I don't know how old this guy is. I should probably figure it out. Because like I just want to watch the drama. I think it's interesting. So you never asked for ages because you never cared. Oh, okay. So okay. Well, I should have just read the next sentence. If they walked, you talked. That's not the first time you've done things. You'd be surprised at what we've seen and found. You're extremely unfaithful. As soon as I left, you fucked my best friend, who I consider to be like a sister over the years. You fail to acknowledge how you pay young girls for their time and attention. Let me hide this real quick. I gotta find this guy's age, man. I gotta find what he looks like. This guy is fucking hose? Okay, that was inappropriate. That guy's fucking... like this guy. This guy? This guy. Neckbeard Rudy. Fucking... This guy is fucking... Okay, I mean, I guess he's fucking... How old is he? He's 29. Oh, he is. Let me go on his Twitter real quick. Oh, yeah, he thinks Bang Energy tastes bad. This guy is dumb as fuck. This guy is fucking like that, huh? That's crazy. Maybe it's just because he's popular. Maybe it's because of his ego. Who knows? All right, whatever. Back to display. I said to look up his age. So he's 29. Not even 30 yet. Okay. Yeah, so you're extremely unfaithful. Found my best friend who I consider to be like a sister. Over the years, you failed to acknowledge how you pay young girls money for their time and attention. Cheating is gross. Alyssa loved you, and you would cheat, manipulate, and lie when she's defend herself. You constantly spread rumors of Post Malone saying awful things about his character, which is odd because last I checked, he was checking in on you and extremely kind. My homie is fighting with Post Malone now. Listen, we don't go that far. Listen, Post Malone, if you don't know, he was also a Minecraft YouTuber, but he got out of that life. Lucky him, by the way, because otherwise he'd be like this shit. But spreading rumors and lies about Post Malone, listen, I've seen her. You can't possibly know what a person is behind the scenes. We can only make judgments based on what they're willing to show us. And what Post Malone is willing to show everybody is he's generally a pretty chill guy. So I think it's a little fucked up, but we don't know for sure, right? Was trying to help you out even. From abusing drugs, you would act possessed and do a bunch of spiritual talk. I thought you were just deep into spirituality, but that was the drugs. Because your psychiatrist a few years ago told you that even weed is dangerous and can put you into psychosis. Elisa tried so much to help you. All your girlfriends did. You didn't care. I hate how she frames it as drugs. Once again, something I feel like it's not necessary to do. Just say the drug. Just say he's smoking weed. Because there's a difference between him smoking weed and abusing like Xanax or something, right? There's a difference. It matters. It really does. But your point is that he doesn't really give a fuck and he's just doing drugs and ignoring everything, which it it's annoying. You tried cheating on me with a fucking AI Twitter account. You told me how she is the only one that understands you. You'd wake people up in the middle of the night talk about this AI. Come February, you start acting weird. You stopped sleeping normally, stopped eating normally, got more and more mean, got more angry and verbally abusive at random times over the smallest thing. It started to get scary, and movies don't describe well enough and how bad it can get. Started breaking shit, throwing things, pulling stuff off the walls, and screaming at ants. At ants? He hates ants? Maybe clean your fucking house, asshole. Then they wouldn't be there. Selling at ants. Fucking hell. Dude's the bug destroyer. Started calling Albert Elon Musk. I gotta keep it. And forcing him to drink Gatorade and eat candy. You'd lock Albert in the kennel and scream at him. It was freezing cold outside, and you let him outside. He got lost and nearly froze to death. He was shivering. You did it several times. You jumped in and out of windows. You scattered food over the counter and floors. That when some people reached back out at me and told me the truth. Thankfully, Elisa reached out to me too, and I broke down. She was so kind and helped me tremendously. She explained everything I needed to know. Apparently, you act like I was well informed on your whole life, except you constantly lied. People you've experienced aside of you and tried to get you help, and when sober and mentally stable, you treated people like shit. This guy might belong in a padded cell. Holy shit. You're abusing animals now. That's a step too far. Listen, abusing women, it is what it is. Abusing animals, though, a joke. Obviously, it's fucked up either way. But, some people have different priorities. Joke. It's a joke. You started forcing me into sleep deprivation. You started clogging the drains, knowing how deep into the pregnancy I was and how bad I need access to the restroom. What the fuck? I had to waddle to the store late at night just to use the restroom. Tears on my face and my hair a mess because you wouldn't let me shower. You tell me how I'm going to be a bad mother because I couldn't do something fast enough to your standards. You would scream at me, leave, and when I tried, you would grab me speaking nonsense. I just we were bringing you back to baseline. I tried so hard. I feel like a failure, but I fucking tried. You ran me into a door twice because I wouldn't run. I know where to go, and I still tried so hard to love you and make you be okay. You refuse to acknowledge any of this. Whenever proof was shown, you were so ugly to me. You'd have stable moments and still would not care what you were doing. Is it tough? These stories don't sound made up. That's the thing. They sound too exact. When you make up a story, you can be very, you can be vague, but and she is a bit vague. But the important part is we have this narrative set up. She's pregnant. She needs to use the restroom. She couldn't. Hair is fucked up. She couldn't shower. She went someplace. She had to go to the. Like, the story makes it's logically consistent. I can use the restroom, but you clogged the fucking toilet, so I can't. Which is fucking wild. That's so fucked. What the fuck? That's the part that's unbelievable. But considering what we've seen so far, maybe it's not that unbelievable. All right, let's scroll down a bit. I don't know if I'm gonna read this all. Fuck it. I'll get as far as I can, and we'll see. This could be like a 40-minute, an hour long video, maybe. You would harass people on Discord, spam people in the middle of the night. You speak in tongue and blast music. You leave doors open while it's a blizzard. You drag my dog by his throat and threw him in the kennel, then surrounded him by mirrors. Obviously, he was nervous. He just never liked you deep down. Try gain in my face when manic, so my dog would intervene and bite you to protect me and baby in my belly, so you drag him again. You wouldn't let me sleep. Our friends tried desperately to bring back to baseline everything I could. I snag you to sleep, and I hate the sound of. I sang you to sleep. What the fuck is wrong with this dude? You're making your girl sing you to sleep. You're a grown ass man. What the fuck? Take a melatonin and shut the fuck up. Holy shit! I have meals just for you to throw them on the floor. You'd be saying vulgar things to me, and I'd still hug you and say how much I love you and want you to get better. You're talking about ant venom. You kept talking about ant venom. Oh, the guy. Okay, saying how much you hated him when you were screaming nonsense to him on a Discord call. I had to snag the phone. He was so humble and so kind. Such a lovely individual. It sucks I had to meet him that way. I tried my best to keep what was really happening low key. I kept spamming Elisa to see your son, and I made sure she was in the loop because he would not be safe in that home. You have a history you hide of putting your son at risk when you get upset. You remember randomly punching the big amethyst you have when being frustrated and cutting a gash into your knuckle. You came up to me and I continuously tried to clean it and bandage it, while our friends tried to keep you calm. Came up to me with the bandages off and started putting blood on my face and my arms. I was horrified. Started painting on the walls with your blood. You put blood marks on our lizard tanks and our bathroom walls, as well as all the mirrors. You elbowed my belly several times. I was just trying to love you. I guess you spoke out about everything I could. Bruh. Do we have pictures of the blood on the wall? Is that what these are supposed to be? Or this is just how he lives, I guess, like a fucking child. I'm trying to find, like, what a fucking weirdo, man. This guy should be put against a wall, maybe. Malicious third degree damage to property, power has been threat to kill. Fucking Christ. Get a grip, bro. You ugly motherfucker. Let me hide this real quick. I want to scroll down a little bit. I would really like to see some proof of, like, the blood shit. I mean, it's not expected that that would happen, and you'd be like, yeah, I might take some pictures. But maybe you would. Maybe you would. I don't know. I've never been in a situation where someone tried to smear blood on me. That's fucking wild. Kept trying to get you to the hospital. You wouldn't even walk in the front doors without trying to threaten me and outmile unless I took you home. We all ended convincing you to go to get your hand checked out. My parents self had to push you through the hospital in a wheelchair. Well, you screamed agreeing comments at me. I walked through the counter and said your hand check. They said if you asked and your social worker, I said no, and I started shaking in tears and started falling. The lady kept calm and not quietly me, and we're brought into the patient room. When you became found with me, you called me silly me, saying racist comments as well as the N word and trying to fight the staff. I still tried to love you and speak calmly. I came up to you and started screaming and kicked your feet into my belly and started shoving me away, screaming awful things. I thought I was going to miscarry. It hurt so bad. I saw the social worker hug me and I bawled my eyes out. Security took over again. They made sure I was okay and had me leave. I called to check on every hour. And those falling partners called me to make sure I was okay. I'll never forget them. You were then hospitalized for a week. Lisa never gave up on helping me, even if it was checking in. She's not the bad guy you so claimed her to be. Which crazy is what's coming out after this. I'll have to confirm it before we'll go into it, but yeah, we'll confirm after. We'll check everything you saw the flashing light. Okay, wait, let's go on. Throughout the weeks, I sent encouraging letters and notes. You spam called me from the hospital when you were stable. You were still so ugly to me. Said awful things and gaslit me until I told them just to bring you home during the court hearing. You were beyond homophobic at times, yet preach equality. The things you would say broke my heart. I'm bisexual. Oh, okay. I'm bisexual and I'm not fully out yet. So you treat me disgustingly all the time. You even call me would even be homophobic around Elisa and some friends. You got home from being released again, and it got worse and worse. You became more violent. You were medicated, then stopped taking them when you felt ill because you've always enjoyed feeling powerful. You have said so yourself. I had to call the police in fear to where they sent squad cars and EMTs. Everything, the second you saw the flies, you acted completely fine and tried telling them I was crazy. They didn't take you away. You just to force me not to sleep, make food for myself, and you take it from me and throw it away. I tell you I felt sick and you worried about the baby and you laugh it off. You kept spiraling. You were green and the big pink Kirby beanbag. I was trying so hard to shut my eyes for even a moment of sleep. You made me sit up and then uh, started screaming at me to break my Totoro bong piece, which was a gift to me. You screaming in my ears as I was begging for you to stop and let go. I was trembling and you started bitching at me when I couldn't do it. You were speaking nonsense. You couldn't break shit. You destroyed our home. I couldn't keep up anymore. You were threatening to kill people, our roommates, our friends. You, for some reason, kept bringing up Ant Venom and how bad you wanted to kill him. You were fully in psychosis at this point. You were willing to genuinely murder people. I had dozens of voice recordings of these threats, but you screamed at me and threatened me to delete them when they found out. Police were informed of these recordings. You did this to Lisa as well. I begged your mom to call the police. I was afraid you would hurt me after your threats you made and you walking around with knives, screaming and waving them around. You kept getting in my face. Police officer called me and I froze. He said to act like somebody I knew was on the line and start walking towards the front door. He instructed me to stay on the line until the officers eyes on me and pretend like everything was fine. Everybody were cleaning. There was food, trash, and household items absolutely everywhere. You got in my face with a knife, and they arrived screaming how you wanted to kill our roommates and went and slashed his mattress. That's the mattress. Okay. So we got a good correlation there. They saw my pregnant belly and immediately were not having it. You kicked over a box of diapers and one officer had me move behind her. I started backing up. Read police reports for more details. We're gonna do them. We're gonna do them. Summary: mental emotional subject slash room's mattress and issued threats. Subject taken into protective custody. Closed. Taken into protective custody. Okay. So that's what that is. A hairy ass back, bro. Shit's gross. And where's the mattress? This is the mattress. Okay. Why isn't this with this? Someone needs to help you format this better. Approximately 1,106 hours. I was dispatched fire assistant. The reporting party advised dispatch that Adam was destroying his house, making threats. Advised she was calling from Seattle, but Adam's girlfriend Elizabeth should be there. Upon arrival, I walked in the house. I didn't hear any sounds. And Norcom asked to come outside. Prior to doing that, officer arrived on the scene. Together, we walked towards the front door. When we walked up the steps, we were greeted by Adam, and I initially asked them what they were doing. I believe it was hesitant to be in front of Adam. I asked to walk on the speak to officer, which she did. While they spoke, I spoke to him. He was initially calm in response to my questions. I asked him what was going on today, and he said that they were doing some spring cleaning. If he had any idea why we were here, and he told me he wasn't sure. I asked if he had an argument with, and he said before they had. I asked what the argument was about, and he told me it was about the cleaning. Okay. I asked if there was any physical conflict, and he told me there hadn't been. I asked him if anything had been damaged, and he told there wasn't. I then asked to step out inside his home, and he agreed. I initially noticed the house was in disarray, but nothing was obviously damaged. He said the mess was due to our cleaning. Our fucking police officers in an English major, clearly. Officer then walked into the house. Officer walked down the hallway and spoke. I noticed Adam's demeanor then began to change. First thing, he was angry. I was in his house without knocking. I told him that he had invited me and that he invited the other officer. He continued to get angry over the issue. To calm him down, I reached behind me and knocked on the wall. He thanked me and gave me a Christmas bow. Then began to ramble on about God, video games, his son, his rights, and nuclear power. Couldn't stay on topic, and he wasn't making any sense to me. I made numerous attempts to de-escalate his behavior by asking about what he was saying. Each time I asked a question, he would get angry and change the topic. He would raise his voice at random times and then be calm. Office eventually told him that he was going to involuntarily commit him to the hospital. She asked him to turn around, and he did. I placed him in handcuffs, checked for fit, and double locked them. I searched the right side of the body and found no weapons. Officer told me she searched the left side, and then assistant officer was with escorting Adam to the car. While doing this, Adam shouted random things about colors and numbers and other things I couldn't understand. Based on Adam's behavior, I decided to meet the other officer, in the hospital. Once arrived, I assisted with escorting Adam into his hospital room. The entire time we were doing that, Adam continued to shout and insult us. Although we had notified prior to leaving Adam's house, security was not on the scene to assist us. Inside the hospital room, Adam continued to yell nonsensical things. He kept standing up from his bed. Felt his effort to stand up were to precursor to him trying to run out. A precursor to him trying to run out of the room, which presented a threat to his safety and those of the hospital staff. On one occasion, he stood up from the bed. I told him to sit down. He turned towards me and approached me while saying, "Or what?" The size of the room required me to be in close proximity to him. I feared he would preparing to assault me or spit on me. Placed my hands on his shoulders to press him towards that bed. When I did, he attempted to spin away from me towards the open door. I grabbed the hold of his arm by the forearm elbow area and pressed him against the wall. Officer then entered the room and grabbed the hold of his left arm. While I transitioned by grabbing his right arm, Adam suddenly threw himself backwards onto the bed. This time a security officer had arrived and assisted with controlling Adam. I stood by until security officers came. Once they had him under control and restrained the bed, I removed my handcuffs. I then left the hospital. This ends my involvement in the case. Disposition add to case file. Yeah, he's fucking ill. He was sick in the fucking head. So that's a police report. Everything's true. All of this is true. Not one thing's a lie. This guy's fucked. Absolute mental patient. He does belong in a padded cell. Not maybe. He does. Ooh, we're still only halfway done. Are we really going to go through all of this? How much more time? We're 40 minutes in. We're going to speed this up a bit, okay? So we're gonna do just parts of this now. Um, I mean, no, we can finish this actually. It's not as much. It just looks like a lot more. Okay. So we read the police reports. You were hospitalized again for a few weeks. More spam calls to me. More harassment and threats. We can close this now. We're not going back to this. No, we might go back. I take it back. I was like in a few weeks, more spam calls to me, more harassment. Also, I was falling apart. I wanted to die so badly. Trigger warning. You had me on the phone while you were on the hospital, and you were bringing up the recordings. I was bawling, saying you made me want to die. I had a knife to my left forearm and marked it before I took a deep breath and told myself I can do this. I told myself I am going to be a mom. I told myself I will be a fantastic mother and I will live for her. It was the first time in almost 6 years I've harmed myself. You nearly broke me. I'll fix that for you. You didn't care that I tried to end my life. You laughed it off. You didn't blame me for the love of my life suicide that took place in 2016. You know how sensitive I am about that boy. I loved and still love him, and I begged for him to come and save me. When I was at a moment of sleep, he was the first face to greet me, and I took that as I got you. It's going to be okay. I ran to him in the dream. He manipulated me into having them release you again. That's tough. This is pretty tough. Really, really fucked. Uh, you were too far gone. I couldn't keep you on meds. The woman you were supposed to be my best friend, the girl I love so very dearly like a sister, used me to get to you. You let it happen. I warned you from the beginning. I felt like she was trying to get to you, and you brushed off. You flirted with her in front of me. You threatened to end your life many times if I didn't listen to you. Even when stable, you make these threats. That girl was a witness to the awful pain you inflicted on me, yet she's now dating you. So I can't have her speak for me to prove this. I tried so hard to love everyone. Did so much. I fought so hard. Even Elisa reassured me that I was doing my best. Lots of people did. I called their friends and who were family to me. I called my best friend in another state. I called Elisa. I called your mom. I kept trying to sleep. I tried locking myself in a room, but you just bang on the doors to try to get me. I was screaming at your mom. Oh no. It was screaming at me to leave, but I was so drowsy and tired that I couldn't take it anymore. You ran up on the bed and grabbed my arm. I was lying on my pregnancy pillow to help support my big belly. You took my arm and yanked me hard out of the bed. So hard I felt it was tearing, feeling like on the side of my stomach. You then dropped me on the floor after I was screaming in pain and crying. You then ran out of the room. I cried to my friend. I was so scared. I kept myself. She's here. She cares about you. I'm gonna be okay. You kept keeping me awake, and from eating, you purposely blew all of our money, and we were broke. You 7,000 in the negative, in debt. You spent all I had left on candy, drugs, and things I couldn't eat. I ended up screaming, "I want my mom. I'm a full-grown adult." And screaming, "Help me, please!" When you'd throw things at me and hurt my dog. I stopped doing what you said. Okay, let's see. I stopped doing what you said. I was falling more and more apart. I was about to faint from crying as much as you stood at the door, calling me vulgar and awful things. You told me to call my dad around 1:30. So I did. He immediately answered and I was hysterical and trying to breathe. I could hear him jumping out of his bed in his Colorado home. "I'm on my way," he said. By 2 a.m., he was on the road to get my whole family to come save me. He didn't stop driving. You were texting everyone to get a jump on trying to make me look bad. Tried saying goodbye to you after my family made it and we all headed up my stuff. You looked at me and walked away. Family left the car with screaming, "Albert, my pig, I didn't grab Albert." I was heartbroken. I started begging for you. Why? I don't know. I was giving myself false hope, trying to pretend nothing happened. I was too afraid to turn around, and I was in fear. So much around that I had left. Actually trying to still be kind. Why false hope? I was tired. You called me over and over again, still wouldn't let me sleep. Fucking Christ. I gave birth far away from you 2 months later, and I'm so thankful I did. Labor and delivery unit was going to send the whole hospital into lockdown if you were to show up. Your whole family agreed from my sin. They would so many times. I had my beautiful girl. She's so perfect. I showed you. I kept trying to act like everything was fine. I wanted us to work so bad. I kept telling you how to make it so where you could be around her. I didn't feel safe whatsoever with you around unmedicated. You scared me. The harassment never stopped. And you just to pretend. I tell myself he'll be okay. You were so mean to me, threatened to take my child. She would be dead if I was still there. Probably. Genuinely, probably. I couldn't take the harassment anymore. You made me lie to your fans when I became public throughout the whole mess. You faked suicide several times. You were never going to. I kept calling you and yelling that you need to tell your fans that you're fine and stop lying about you being dead. You laugh and say the word, but it's funny. You'd say, ha, memes. Fucking lunatic. I felt like I felt all your friends went out suing you, kept telling me no one is going to believe you, and they like me, not you. Love you. We're just gonna kind of speed past this. We get the point. He's fucking nuts. He's full fucking nuts. A degenerate human. If I ever saw him in real life, I'd spit on him. In a video game. This guy's fucked, man. This guy doesn't just kind of belong in a padded cell. I mean, he really should not be near people. What the fuck, man? I'm glad I read the whole thing. I'm glad we've gone through it all. I didn't realize it was this fucked. I didn't see when I saw the text. I really didn't know what I was looking at, so I didn't know if this was actually anything, right? Because like the way all the my bad, not the text, the tweets and the way they were formatted, I couldn't really tell what was going on, and I couldn't really tell if this is legit. But now that I've read all of this and we see how it's associated to the pictures you posted, it seems like he was a pretty fucked individual. Still is a pretty fucked individual. So bringing all evidence and warrants in the top of his head. I know this. I did my best following training I had. Let's zoom in a bit. 200 maybe. Just listen. I want to be heard. I'm hoping you guys don't hate me for coming forward. If the individuals are comfortable to speak up, I'll stand with them. Felt sick putting this together. I wrote it many times, deleted it, and wrote it again. I was pretending everything was fine. I kept telling him how much I love and miss him, thinking it was. What if this magically makes the pain go away? Want to disappoint anybody? Sorry for all the negativity on y'all's timeline. It's just tearing me apart. Yeah, 8% attention is variable. I mean, will be blocked. She does block everything, but for me with private access to these files, I'll forever be thankful and help support. Believe me. This one specifically is me falling apart. Him trying to make me look bad. He wanted the last $200 I scrambled together and all I had left so he could buy weed and candy. Hmm. It is not enough. It's not safe. Yeah, but it's not. Screenshot of him trying to make people think I'm homophobic. I'm literally bisexual. What's behind this? There's a picture behind this. Oh, it's the Starbucks shit. Some of these groups, something that was not right stood up for me. Okay. So now we read it all. We get he's a fucked individual. Let's find. I don't want to watch that. I've watched this. This is not a fun video to watch. I have my shit muted anyways. We're not gonna watch it. If you want to watch it, you see our Twitter account, Liz Buggy. You can watch it. Seems like she's been through a lot. You should probably support her. Everything holds up. I mean, everything holds up. Um, this guy's a pretty fucked individual. Unfortunately, we all want to believe in second chances, don't we? We all want to believe someone can get better. But there will be no redemption arc for this guy. There's no way. There's just no way. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't really care either. As far as I know, he's a piece of shit. And let me hide this real quick because I want to look at the quote tweets. I want to see how other people feel about this. I imagine they feel the same as me. Uh, Wait, what the fuck? KSI's rap song reference some of this shit. Oh shit. That's fucking. I mean, that's cringe as fuck, but he knew, and that's. Well, listen, this wasn't a funny video. This wasn't a funny video at all. Um, Usually I like my content to be more easygoing. I didn't expect this. I'm gonna upload this. After doing it for an hour, I may as well. Um, but it was not very enjoyable to make, to be honest. Throughout this guy's pretty fucked up. Um, Listen, people can say, I hope people can get better. I wish him the best. I don't really wish him the best. He can go fuck himself. Um, Maybe it's a mental problem causing it. I mean, clearly it is, but if they can't help him, hey, I hope he goes fuck again, fucks himself. He can fuck off. Quite a degenerate. I do want to look at something real quick. This challenge is me working hard himself. Was really something making drama today is an act. I'm just trying to see, like, listen, this video was intense. 20 different people. 20 different people came out. I'm not gonna do the other people, but hey, listen, this is a Minecraft YouTuber's future. A select few get away from this, but who knows? They're just mentally ill. This guy's fucked in the head. This is the end of the video. I don't want to. I just want to end it. So there's not really much else to say. Everything's legit. Fuck SkyDoesMinecraft. Fuck NetNobody. Ugly motherfucker too. Don't know how he's got so many women. Not the most attractive guy. Maybe it's the narcissism. Who knows? Anyways, that's it. Will I make another video? Maybe. Hopefully more enjoyable. I'll try to find a more enjoyable topic. Maybe I'll do the ESL thing. But for now, this is it. Thanks for watching. I hope I gave you the rundown. I hope I was okay at doing it. At the start, I was, interested. And the more deeper I got, I really realized how fucked this was. This is so fucked. So, I mean, that's crazy. Thanks for watching and see you next time.